If you're on the same side of TikTok as me, then you've probably seen this video.
Right now, and people are wearing the Tory Burch logo sandals like in a serious way. Like,
oh no! It's 90 degrees outside and Floridians are wearing the same sandals they've been wearing for decades.
So obviously that's a reaction video and I thought it was pretty funny. The original video, I don't even think it's still up anymore, but she got a lot of backlash because to a lot of people, these are their tried and true shoes, what they're comfortable wearing and something that they absolutely love. Now, the original, I get it. A lot of young people don't want to be associated with millennial anything, millennial fashion, millennial trends. Even though I'm a millennial, I think that we are pretty cool, but I think that these sandals, along with Tory Burch as a brand, just reminds them of exactly that millennial trends, millennial style, and that's everything that they are trying to get away from. But is it justified in 2025? I personally don't think so, and I think that Tory Burch is one of the most underrated brands in 2025. Again, if you're on the same side of TikTok that I'm on, then you've probably already seen these videos from Class of Palm Beach.
Tell us what you're wearing. These earrings.
Yeah, gorgeous earrings. Hermes bracelet, Chanel bag.
Yes.
Tory shoes, Tory Burch shoes.
And this video too.
You ladies look beautiful. Can you tell me where your outfits are from?
Tory Burch.
Sandals. And your bag? Bottega. Fendi, and
Tory Burch. Now, of course, there are two main differences between the first video that I showed you and the last two videos that I showed you from Class of Palm Beach. First one was someone who was a lot younger speaking to a specific type of Tory Burch sandal. Now, the second two groups were wearing Tory Burch shoes, a Tory Burch bag, and a Tory Burch dress. And of course, they are a lot older than the poster from the original video that I showed you. But the second group was wearing Tory Burch in a more toned down, muted way than I think the first video's poster was referring to. Now, when a lot of people think of Tory Burch, they think of these specific sandals with the big logo and the brand everywhere, and that's what a lot of people either love or they try to run away from. And the reason why you think about this is because the brand started back in the early 2000s by Miss Tory Burch herself. She became a staple in millennial fashion. The brand was founded in 2004 and it became very well known for the Reva, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. And like I said, it became a starter brand for a lot of millennials who at that time, they were the Gen Z of the time. It started off as an affordable luxury brand. What Tory did with her brand was she wanted to make fashion that was affordable for millennials and for anybody, to be honest. It was for the girl who wanted the luxurious pieces without the extremely expensive price point. And that's what people fell in love with. You literally could not walk anywhere without seeing either the flat, the sandal, or the tunics. But because of the huge logo everywhere, people got tired of it. And over the years, it ended up turning into what was considered a more basic brand that people really weren't interested in anymore. Over the past few years, Tory Burch has actually taken on a different role within the company, a more creative role. And that's where things started to change. They started designing a lot more products that have more minimal logo, fewer logo, more elevated style, a more modern feel. And guys, I'm not even kidding, they are doing such a great job. I went onto Instagram and while I was doing a little bit of research, I came across these pictures. It said Tory Burch. I was shocked. I was like, there is no way. I have never seen anything like this coming from Tory Burch. And then I went onto the website and sure enough, these are Tory Burch. I mean, these outfits are incredible. Even the pieces that do have the logo is done in a totally different way that doesn't make you think of Tory Burch immediately. You can tell it's a lot less trend chasing compared to what it was before. It's entered its new era. And I actually really love it because honestly, it just makes me feel like it has grown with us. I came across this video on TikTok. The poster actually bought a beautiful Tory Burch bag that you would not think is Tory Burch, and it looks so beautiful. Everybody in the comments was loving the bag, including myself, and I even left in a comment that a lot of people agreed with, saying that Tory Burch is very underrated, and I highly believe that. Personally, I didn't end up buying anything from Tory Burch when I was growing up, and the first time that I actually bought something from the brand was a couple of years ago. I needed a white pair of sneakers, and these are the ones that I got. These are the Howl Court sneaker, and these are one of the best white sneakers that I have ever owned. I love these so much that these are my second pair, because I feel like once you wear these after a certain amount of time, they become so worn down that the crispiness isn't there anymore, and that's exactly what I want. That's exactly why I replaced these, not just with these, but just any sort of white sneaker that I own. I always usually replace them after a certain amount of time, but these are the best white sneakers I've ever owned. I have wide feet, and these are perfect. I never had to break in any of the pairs that I got, and I can walk in these for such a long time. I got these during a time when everybody was going after the Adidas white sneakers, the Stan Smiths, and I just didn't want that because I didn't want the color in the back. And so I thought that these were perfect, and ever since I discovered them, I have been obsessed. They do have a subtle logo in the back in this gold color, and that is about it. There's no other sort of branding or anything on the outside of the sneaker, and I don't know how many times I can say these are the best white sneakers that I own. These I actually got from Bloomingdale's, but if you look for them online, then you will see that they tend to be on sale. I wanted a second pair of sneakers for my trip to Spain last fall, and I wanted something that was a little different, not just an all white sneaker. I wanted something that was a little bit different and a little bit more casual, and that's when I picked up this one. And to be honest, based off of this pair and the first pair that I showed you, Tory Burch makes some of the most comfortable sneakers I've ever worn. Now, it does have the logo on the side, and it's a little bigger, but I actually really like it on here. She also has her name in the back, and I really like that the color that it does have on the sneaker is a bit more muted because it's a nice neutral color. We also have the brand name stitched on right here. I've worn these a little bit more casually with jeans, and these are perfect for walking a very long time when you're traveling. These are the sneakers that I take when I do travel anywhere. I've taken these to Spain, like I said, and I also took these to Greece, and these have been such a great comfortable walking shoe. But we started off talking about sandals. One of the most popular sandals that Tory Burch sells is the Miller sandal, and I think that this might be the pair that the original poster was referring to when she mentioned seeing them all over the place in Florida. I think this is one of the most popular style for Tory Burch, and it's so popular that they've done them in almost every single color and in so many different designs, because of course give the people what they want. But for me, the first pair of Tory Burch sandals that I picked up were these. Just don't judge my shoe. I don't know how to walk without dragging my feet or without tripping, so the whole top section here, I think I tripped or something while I was walking, or I just banged my foot into something when I was climbing the stairs. I don't know. I'm not good at walking on them, so this is like all torn up because I don't know how to walk. But these are the first pair of Tory Burch sandals that I've ever owned, and as you can see, it has a really big logo, but I think this was done in a nice way because of course it's huge, but it's the same color as the rest of the sandal. It's not a stark contrast. It also has subtle gold trimming along the outside of the logo, so it does give it a little bit of a pop, but you can't really tell that you're wearing a Tory Burch sandal from far away. People can tell when they get up close and personal and they look down at your feet, then they can see the huge logo that's on the sandal. But I love the muted color. This goes with so many different things. I wear these literally all summer. I picked them up last summer and they were amazing, but I think that now that I've been able to wear them for some time and they've been able to be broken in a little bit more and mold to my feet, they fit like a glove. I am so in love with them. And these are the Double T Sport Slide. Now they are on the website for $198, but I actually got these from the Tory Burch outlet in New York, which is also where I got my second pair of Tory Burch sneakers, and it's also where I got my second pair of Tory Burch sandals. So this is my second most worn sandals this summer already, even though it's only been like what, a month since summer started, but these I have been loving, and I just love these because they're not as thick as the other slides that I showed you guys. These are thinner and I feel like I can dress these up more than the other sandals that I have. And I love the brown color. The brown goes with everything. The only problem that I have with these is trying to match back these shoes to some of my brown bags, because those bags are dark brown, but this is obviously a lighter shade, but that's a me problem. As you can see, there is the big logo in gold, but I personally don't mind it. And I feel as though this was just done in a more modern, sleeker way when it comes to adding the logo. And the gold goes really well with the brown shade. So those are my shoes, and I also just got my first Tory Burch bag and I love it. This is my work bag, or one of my work bags. I love it. It's pebbled leather. It's so comfortable to wear. I love the fact that it has a zipper at the top and it has all these pockets. I have some of my stuff in here, but it has this big pocket in the middle. You have two small pockets on the inside and then a huge pocket on the outside, two huge pockets on the outer inner. And then my favorite part is the zipper, because when I'm going to work, I'm taking the train and most of the time it's usually really packed, so I don't want anybody putting their hand into my bag and taking out my wallet or whatever, so the zipper was definitely necessary. The logo is very small. You guys know I'm not huge on logos anymore, but this is the one brand where I do not mind, because I feel as though they're done in a very nice, muted, tasteful way that's not loud and obnoxious. So what do you guys think about Tory Burch now in 2025? Do you think it's still cringy? Do you think that they've had some sort of a glow up or rebrand? Let me know your thoughts down below, but this is, in my opinion, one of the most underrated brands in 2025. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.